All right, guys, here's the key for target 44, the assessment readiness test. For this target, we're just combining polynomials using addition or subtraction. So you're adding or subtracting the like terms. And one easy way to do that is to use the vertical method. So what I'm doing here is I'm writing the first polynomial, and then I'm going to write the second one underneath it, lining up all the correct like terms. And then I'm going to subtract all the like terms. 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus a negative 5 is 12. Negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. You can also use, well, I'll show that with another method. So for this one, there is one additional little wrinkle here, that the first term doesn't have any C terms, but the second one does. So I'm going to put a 0C in there. So that way when I line up the like terms, everything lines up nicely and I have a term under each term from the bottom. And then I'm subtracting again. 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 minus a negative 8 is 13. 0 minus 7 is negative 7. And 3 minus a negative 9 is 12. All right, you could continue using that vertical format. I'm going to do a little different method for this one using the horizontal format. So I'm first going to do the subtraction of these two. So I have 4s cubed minus the 6s squared. And then here I'm just doing the combination here. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So it would end up being minus 4. So basically I just combine the like terms of those. The negative goes to the 6 and to the 7. And these are the only two like terms. So now with that, I'm going to combine that with this one. So the 4s cubed gets added to the 8. And the negative 6s squared gets added to the negative 1. Because remember, you can think of that as negative 1. So I have 4 plus 8 is 12. That's my s cubed term. Negative 6s squared minus 1s squared is negative 7s squared. And then I have the negative 4. I think most of you prefer the vertical method, but the horizontal method does work. If you do the vertical method for this one, just remember to do the subtraction of these two first, get an answer, then add this third one to your answer. Now number 4 gets at an application of using these. So we're dealing with perimeter. If it helps, draw a picture here. We've got a triangle. One side is ordered from least to greatest. One side's 20. One side is 5x squared plus 6x minus 8. And the other side is 7x squared minus 6x minus 5. So to find out how much longer the longest side is than the second longest side, you're just subtracting polynomials. Take the bigger one and subtract the other one, the second biggest one. Seven minus 5 is 2, negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12, and negative 5 minus a negative 8 becomes positive 3. To find the perimeter of a triangle, you add the 3 sides together. So I would just be adding those. I'll show you with the vertical or horizontal format here. 5x squared plus 6x minus 8 plus the 7x squared minus 6x minus 5. So I combine those terms, I get 12x squared. These terms add to 0x, and these terms would be negative 13. But then I have to add in the third side, the 20. So the negative 13 minus 20 simplifies to 7. So it becomes 12x squared plus 7. And you should have units with that, should be inches, because it's a perimeter measured in inches. And finally, C, a student wants to change the length of the shortest side of the triangle so that the triangle has a perimeter of 12x squared inches. What should the new length of the shortest side be? So if I want the perimeter to be 12x squared instead of 12x squared plus 7, I want that to be 7 less, because this is 7 less than the one in part B. So to make it 7 less, I'm going to make that shortest side 20, 7 less than 20, which is 13 inches. And the last one for this target is another application. This one is just looking at the two models. They represent the average number of green grapes, G, sold at a farmer's market. And the other one represents the average number of R, red grapes, sold at the farmer's market. T years since 1992. So to determine the model that gives the total number of grapes, to get a total, you just combine or by adding. So I'm just going to add the like terms, the 0.004 plus the negative 0.12. So I'm adding these two terms. I'm going to get negative 0.116 t squared. Then I add these like terms. You could use the vertical method or the horizontal method as well. So combining those together, you get 0.982 t. And then you combine your constant terms together. 49.24 plus 71.45, and you will get 120.69. So this is the model giving the total n number of grapes.